Hey everyone, today I want to go through the Ressio Client Portal. Couple quick callouts here is there's a couple different ways to access the Ressio Client Portal. Option number one is anytime something gets shared out with a client or customer, they're going to receive an email and or text notification with something called a magic link in it. That's what I'm going to show you here. They'll receive an email from your company name rebranded with your company logo, a snippet of whatever it was, and then if they click on this button right here, it's going to pull them in via a magic link. This is going to log me into my Ressio Client Portal without the need for the Ressio app, username, password. The other option is Ressio does offer a progressive web app, meaning if I wanted to have it as an app on my phone, I certainly could and could go into it whenever I please. But this is the other option that makes it easier access for anybody that's not interested in an app or maybe a little less tech savvy. So this is a perfect example of how I would get into the portal. Again, all of the magic links will be associated with a particular item, approval, things like that. Very easy for me as a client to come in here, decline, approve, or message. They'll constantly see these message icons in the upper right-hand corner where they're able to come in, talk back and forth with you guys, even upload their own files. I'm going to just go ahead and approve this change order. Anytime they take action like this, sending messages, approvals, declines, anything like that will alert you as the builder. Of course, they're also going to have an approvals page where all of the different documents that are pending approval or they have previously approved live, and they can easily come in here, filter down, and even click on any of these documents to access them again, whether they just want to come in, review, or send off more messages. I'm going to go ahead and head over to my left-hand navigation. So everything they're really going to need to reach for is all going to be in their left-hand navigation bar. Keep in mind, you will have some flexibility as to what you share out with the client. Some things that are optional are like the specifications, the schedule and calendar, and the budget. I'm going to go ahead to my homepage, Kayla's Holiday Home, and this is what the client's homepage will look like. They have both desktop and mobile access. We're going to go through the desktop today. Same exact functionality on both platforms. Mobile will just be a little bit more condensed. But now I'm going to see whatever cover image the builder has picked will be rebranded down here with your company logo. And then on the home page, it's going to call out anything that's still pending approval. Anything that has a due date, you do have the option to have automatic reminders going out to the customer. We'll call out any to-dos that they've been assigned. If you do share a budget, a quick budget call out. And then over here on the right, you'll always have the latest daily log post and then any public project files that you've shared with that customer. So kind of their catch-all page. To go into features, they can use their navigation on the left, or if it's anything displayed directly on the home screen, they just click into it. So for example, selections is a really big area for folks in the Ressio Client Portal. This is where they can come on in, see descriptions, instructions. They can see what their allowances are and the different items that they might have to select from. Again, they have those message icons, file attachments, all the same exact features you're going to see throughout the whole entire program. And then selections, they just go ahead, they pick what they want. It will show how it stacks up against that allowance amount, and they'll do their final confirmation. Really nice aspect of Ressio selections is when I go ahead and I approve this as a client, there's legal language backing this up as an electronic signature and agreement. So essentially it's acting as a change order in itself, especially if there's going to be a price difference in comparison to that initial allowance. It will call that out here and notate that as an overage. This is all, again, getting saved into their program, getting pushed to that approvals tab over here on the left where they can come in, find it, filter it down. They're also going to have access to some additional areas such as specifications. This is something you can choose to turn on or off. The specs is essentially that live scope of work that is created from the project estimate, contains all the same categories and cost items. You'll notice it pulls in the descriptions as well as gives you the ability to message and have those file attachments like we discussed before. Also really easy for them to come in and search or filter down to particular types of items. For example, selections is something they can also come in here and view from the screen. Another area skipping over approvals because we've already touched on that a couple times, is our daily logs. So again, the most recent daily log post will be on their home screen. However, they also are going to have a running thread of all their different daily log posts that you've shared out with them throughout the project. And again, message icons, come on in, comment, or upload their own file attachments as well. Files, this is just going to be an area where any files you share out with them are available to them, so they can easily come in here, view, and again, search and filter. Schedule is an area where you can choose to turn on or off. There are different levels of access here on the schedule. You can keep a high level, kind of similar to what I have here, where we only show the overarching phases of the job, and then the only tasks my client have access to are ones that have been assigned to them. We do also have the option to completely turn the schedule off, and or you can also do the full Gantt chart as well. This is all going to be located in your project settings in the Builder portal. The calendar will be available if the schedule is available, of course, and it's going to just reflect whatever level of information the schedule has. And it will pull that out down here at the bottom. As you can see, it's updating based on my phases, and it will actually show you a percentage of completion as well once they start doing some of the work. Budget is also another optional feature. Budget will vary depending on if it's a cost plus or fixed price job as far as how light or detailed it gets, but they'll have a nice call out here at the top that can always be expanded on our cost plus jobs to show the breakdown of subtotals and markups. You can choose to share a change log with them. It's a really nice place that will just include all their different change orders and overages. That way they can see how they're trending. Also, it will show the opposite of an overage too, but it's going to just show those changes throughout the project in a nice quick view. Payment progress, really great way for them to see how much they paid versus what's remaining based on the last updated approved price. And we can actually share out client invoices through the platform, which will all get listed here and are very easy for them just to click back in and view. And again, very similar to all our other types of documents with that messaging capability. Last section to touch on is the to-dos. To-dos are really helpful. If you assign out different to-do tasks to the client, those will appear in here for them. That way they can come on in, view their list. They can even mark them as in progress or complete. And then all their to-dos will have any descriptions and additional details, as well as the ability to message and view or add files, as we discussed previously. So this is your Ressio Client Portal. Definitely reach out if you want to dive into it deeper. Contact our sales team, or if you are already a Ressio customer, please reach out to your Ressio customer success coach. Thanks so much.